Hello everyone. Today we are going to start Cauchy condensation test and its related numericals. So let us repeat. If summation n varies from 1 to infinity is an infinite series which is given to you such that n is greater than or equal to n plus 1 which is greater than 0. That means the terms of this series are monotonically decreasing. Then this series and the series n varies from 1 to infinity 2 raised to the power n, a 2 raised to the power n converge or diverge together. So let us prove it. Okay. Now we are given the series summation n and summation 2 raised to the power n, a 2 raised to the power n. Let Sn and sigma n respectively be the sequences of partial sums of this series summation n varies from 1 to infinity and summation 2 raised to the power n, a 2 raised to the power n varies from 1 to infinity. That means Sn is the sum of first n terms of this series and sigma n is the sum of first n terms of this series. That is Sn is a1 plus a2 plus a3 up to an, the sum of first n terms of series summation n, and sigma n is 2 raised to the power 1, a2 raised to the power 1, that means 2a2 plus 2 raised to the power 2 means 4a4 plus 2 raised to the power 3, 8, a8 plus and so on 2 raised to the power n, a 2 raised to the power n. Okay, we want to prove that this and this will converge or diverge together. So, to prove it, let us first assume let summation 2 raised to the power n, a 2 raised to the power n varies from 1 to infinity is convergent. Okay, first suppose that this series is convergent. You know, a series is convergent if its sequence of partial sums is convergent, and then this is the series of positive terms. So its sequence of partial sums convergent means it is bounded above. This is convergent implies sigma n is convergent, and it implies as sigma n is monotonically increasing implies sigma n is bounded above by u, say. Okay, this is bounded above means sigma n is less than equal to u for all n. Now, as we want to show, now this is convergent and we want to show this is convergent. So, we will first show that this sequence of partial sums Sn is convergent. For this, we make a little bit construction. Sn is a1 plus a2 plus a3 plus and so on an. Okay, as we are comparing it with a series having terms relating with the 2 raised to the power n. So let us take n as 2 raised to the power k plus 1, where k is some positive integer, and n as approaches to infinity, it implies k also approaches to infinity, right? Now we make a grouping of the terms of this sequence of partial sums. How do we make that grouping? Leave the first term as it is a1. Make a group of 2 terms. That is, first group contains 2 terms. Second group contains 4 terms. a5, then a6, then a7, then a8. Third group contains 8 terms. a9, a10, a5, a4, a5, a6, a7, then a8, a9, a10. It will contain 8 terms. So it will be, the last will be a15. Okay. Now we continue like this. Let us see what will come the first term and the last term of the last group. Okay. As the last term is 2 raised to the power k plus 1, it's 2 raised to the power k plus 1. So, since first group start from 2 raised to the power 1, it is 2 raised to the power 2, it is 2 raised to the power 3. In this first term is 2 raised to the power 2, so this term is 2 raised to the power 2 minus 1. This is 2 raised to the power 3. The next group, the first term will be a16 and so on. So, it is 2 raised to the power 4. So, this term is a 2 raised to the power 4 minus 1. So, you can see each group start with 2 raised to the power n and ends it 2 raised to the power n minus 1. See, 2 raised to the power 1, 2 raised to the power 2 minus 1. 2 raised to the power 2, it's 2 raised to the power 3 minus 1. It 2 raised to the power 3 and it is 2 raised to the power 4 minus 1. Right? Now see the first term, Sn is a1. Now see, a2 plus a3. As we know that an is greater than equal to an plus 1. Right? So a2 is greater than equal to a3. That means a3 is less than equal to a2. It means this is less than equal to a2 plus a2. Okay? This is 2 times a2. Next, group contains 4 terms, a4 plus a5 plus a6 plus a7. So these all are less than a4 plus a4 plus a4 plus a4. How many times? This is 4 times a4. The next group have 8 terms, a8 plus a9 up to a15, and this is less than equal to a8 plus a8 dash 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 a8 8 times, so it is 8 a8 and so on. In this group, what do we have? If the last term is a 2 raised to the power k plus 1, see k plus 1 is in the power, so here the term will be a 2 raised to the power k plus 1 and minus 1 is on this side. Okay, it is 2 raised to the power k plus 1 minus 1 over here, not over here. Right? This is not minus 1. This is 2 raised to the power k plus 1 minus 1 means the previous term of the a 2 raised to the power k plus 1. And the group which ends at 2 raised to the power k plus 1 minus 1, it starts from a 2 raised to the power k. So the last group is a 2 raised to the power k, a 2 raised to the power k plus 1 up to, see, the plus 1 is in the lower side, a 2 raised to the power k plus 1 minus 1. See, the group which start from 2 have 2 terms, which start from 4 has 4 terms, starting from 8 have 8 terms. So it starts from a 2 raised to the power k. So it has how many terms? 2 raised to the power k terms. So these are less than equal to a 2 raised to the power k, a 2 raised to the power k and so on, a 2 raised to the power k. How many times? 2 raised to the power k times. So it is 2 raised to the power k, a 2 raised to the power k. Now we put all these inequalities into this and we get Sn is less than equal to a1 plus 2 times a2 plus 4 times a4 and so on up to 2 raised to the power k, a 2 raised to the power k plus a 2 raised to the power k plus 1. And we know that in the given series a1 is greater than equal to a2 is greater than equal to a3 and so on, means the terms are getting decreased. So the a1 is the greatest term among all. So this term is also less than equal to a1. So you can say this is less than equal to a1 and this factor. This is the sum of k terms of the later series. 2a2, 4a4, 2 raised to the power a k, 2 raised to the power k. It is sum of the k terms, that is sigma k and plus a1. As this term is less than equal to a1, so I have put here the symbol less than equal to a1 plus sigma k plus a1, and this is less than equal to 2a1 plus u, as we know that sigma k is less than equal to u. So it is very clear that Sn is less than equal to, this is some number, suppose this number is k. So Sn is less than equal to k for all n, and therefore the sequence of partial sums of summation n is bounded above, and therefore it must be convergent. And since the sequence of partial sums is convergent, summation n is also convergent. Summation n is convergent. Okay, so we have taken 2 raised to the power n, 2 raised to the power n is convergent, and we have shown that this series is convergent. Next we take the case when that series 2 raised to the power n, 2 raised to the power n is divergent. Next we consider the case 2. Case 2, if summation 2 raised to the power n, 2 raised to the power n varies from 1 to infinity is divergent. So if this is divergent, it implies sigma n is unbounded above, or you can say, because it is monotonically increasing, you can also say it is diverges to infinity, right? Now again there is some construction. We take Sn, in place of n we take 2 raised to the power n. In the last case we have taken 2 raised to the power k plus 1. So instead of n you can also take 2 raised to the power k. And how do we take the grouping? a1 plus a2 plus a3 plus and so on. Last term is a2 raised to the power n. Now we make the construction leaving the first two terms, that is a1 plus a2. We start make grouping here from here. The first group has a3 plus a4, that is 2 terms, but the starting from odd term ending at some 2 raised to the power. Okay. Then next will be 4 terms, a5, then a6, then a7, then a8. It ends at 2 raised to the power 2. This ends at 2 raised to the power 3. Next it will be a9, a10 up to a16. Okay, it has how many terms? 8 terms. It ends at 2 raised to the power 4. See, every group which ends at 2 raised to the power 2 start from 2 raised to the power, it's 2 raised to the power 2, so it is 2 raised to the power 2 plus 1. It is 2 raised to the power 3, so it is 2 raised to the power 3 plus 1. It is 2 raised to the power 1, it is 2 raised to the power 1 plus 1. So you get an idea. If the group which ends at 2 raised to the power n, each group it ends at 2 raised to the power 2, it ends at 2 raised to the power 3, it ends at 2 raised to the power 4. So the group which ends at 2 raised to the power n, a2 raised to the power n, must start from a 2 raised to the power, see, 2 raised to the power 4, so it is 2 raised to the power 3 minus 1 plus 1, so it's n minus 1 plus 1, a 2 raised to the power n minus 1 plus 1. And now we find the number of terms. See, this group starts from 2 raised to the power 1 plus 1, and number of terms are 2, that means 2 raised to the power 1. In this the number of terms are 2 raised to the power 2. In this the number of terms are 2 raised to the power 3. So in this group the number of terms are 2 raised to the power n minus 1. This is the form of grouping we did in this case. Next, we'll write the symbol greater than equal to, see, a3 is greater than equal to a4. Okay, so this is a3 is greater than equal to a4. So we will write it as greater than equal to a1 plus a2. This a3 is greater than equal to a4. So we have replaced the symbol greater than equal to, and we have written here a4 plus a4. Okay. In the next, we have written a8 plus a8 plus a8 plus a8. In the next one, we will write a16 plus a16. This is 8 times. And in the last, we will write a 2 raised to the power 4 plus 2 raised to the power n plus a 2 raised to the power n, and so on, a 2 raised to the power n. Okay, now it is 2 times 2 raised to the power 2, it is 2 raised to the power 1 times, it is 2 raised to the power 2 times, it is 2 raised to the power 3 times, and it is 2 raised to the power n minus 1 time. So what do we write? S2n is greater than equal to a1 plus a2 plus, see it is 2 times a4, then 4 times a8, then 8 times a16, and in the last it is 2 raised to the power n minus 1 times a2 raised to the power n. Now we want to make the series which is 2 raised to the power n, a2 raised to the power n, so we have to multiply and divide by 2. Okay, so this is equal to a1 plus half divide by 2 and then multiply by 2. It is 2a2, 2 multiply by 2, it is 4a4, then 8a8, then and so on, 2 raised to the power n a, 2 raised to the power n. And you know it is the sum of n terms of the series summation 2 raised to the power n, 2 raised to the power n. So it is a1 plus 1 half of sigma n. And you know this series is divergent, means this is unbounded above. And you know if the series on the lower side is unbounded above, this is unbounded above, that means this is also unbounded above. But these are all constants, so it implies S of 2n is unbounded above. Unbounded above. As n approaches to infinity, so S of n is also unbounded above. And as this series is monotonically increasing, which is unbounded above, so it must diverges to infinity, and therefore summation an also diverges to infinity. Diverges to infinity. Okay. So if we want to check the behavior of summation n, we can check the behavior of summation 2 raised to the power n, a2 raised to the power n. Okay. So let us do some numericals based upon it. First, let us consider a very simple example. Check the convergence of the series summation n varies from 1 to infinity. You can say 1 upon n log n raised to the power p, where p is positive. P is positive. Okay. N varies from, say it's 2 to infinity. Log of 1 is 0 and 1 upon 0 is infinity, so it is infinity by infinity form if n approaches to infinity. Let us take n varies from 2 to infinity, 1 upon n log n raised to the power p. Okay. Now clearly we know that if n1 is greater than n2, then log of n1 is greater than log of n2. And it implies log of n1 raised to the power p is greater than log of n2 raised to the power p. Suppose this is 1 and this is 2. If you multiply 1 and 2, we will get n1 log of n1 raised to the power p is greater than n2 log of n2 raised to the power p. And it implies 1 upon n1 log of n1 raised to the power p is less than 1 upon n2 log of n2 raised to the power p. So this function is monotonically decreasing. It means as n1 is greater than n2, then f of n1 is less than f of n2. That means this is monotonically decreasing. That means the terms of this series are monotonically decreasing. So by Cauchy condensation test, the series summation n and summation 2 raised to the power n, a2 raised to the power n will converge or diverge together. So let us check what is 2 raised to the power n, a2 raised to the power n. 2 raised to the power n a, 2 raised to the power n, it is a. Replace n with 2 raised to the power n and multiply with 2 raised to the power n. So it is 2 raised to the power n. Oh, it's n log n raised to the power p, 2 raised to the power n into log of n, log of 2 raised to the power n whole raised to the power p. So this is 1 upon n log 2 whole raised to the power p, n 2 raised to the power n log 2 raised to the power n whole raised to the power p, and it is 1 upon log 2 raised to the power p and n raised to the power p. So this is equal to k into 1 upon n raised to the power p. And we know that this series summation 1 upon n raised to the power p n varies from 1 to infinity is convergent for p greater than 1 and divergent for p less than equal to 1. So clearly this series is convergent for p, the series summation 2 raised to the power n a 2 raised to the power n. This is convergent for p greater than 1 and divergent for p less than equal to 1, and therefore this series, that is the given series, is convergent for p greater than 1 and divergent for p less than equal to 1. Okay, so next test we'll discuss in my next lecture. Till then, thank you and bye.